Welcome to Carroll Helping Carroll. I'm Brenda Dinney, and I'm a media maker and video producer at the Community Media Center. Carroll Helping Carroll is a show designed to highlight local nonprofits in Carroll County, Maryland that make a difference in our community. In this episode, I am pleased to showcase the ARC Carroll County. Today we will be sitting down with Don Rowe, the Executive Director of ARC, to talk about the services and resources that ARC provides to the residents of Carroll County. Enjoy. So you were telling us about the types of jobs that your clients have been getting out in the community. Could you tell us a little bit about how these clients actually come to the ARC, and do they have to apply in some way? Is there a certain eligibility criteria? Like do their families have choices about where they might work and the services that they would receive? I know that's a big mouthful, but
yeah. Well, Brenda, that's a great question. The short-term services are offered by the Division of Rehabilitation Services, so families do need to apply to the local DOORS office, and they do have some criteria. The Developmental Disabilities Administration,
which is another state agency.
That's another state agency, and they provide the long-term support. Now that's a little harder to get those services. The criteria there is really filling out an application. They will also come in and determine some level of eligibility for those services. So between the two, it's really important, I think, for families to probably apply for the DOORS services first as they're applying for the DDA service as well. The ARC and other agencies here in the community are able to help support families as they're going through that application process, because it can be a bit complicated. But we go through that every day. It's something that we're familiar with, so we can
help
provide
support them in the actual application.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's helpful.
We also have a fabulous transition team in Carroll County Public Schools that really guides parents, hosts workshops, is there to answer questions, provide information. Every 2 years there's a transition fair over at Carroll Community College that offers workshops and also talks to families and students about their next steps. These agencies that I just mentioned are also represented.
Okay, so they need to apply for DOORS and DDA before they can get ARC services.
Correct.
And maybe possibly start with the Carroll County Public Schools post-secondary transition folks in order to how to go through that process.
Absolutely. One of the nice things about being here in Carroll County is there is a lot of support. We really pride ourselves, and actually I think we're a model for the state in transition services. So we try to make it really easy for families to get information, to ask questions. We really want to make sure that that transition process is smooth. There's a saying and a philosophy that we want the last day to look like the first day as a person is transitioning. So a lot is put into this effort, and we just hope families take advantage of it.
Right. Well, it's great that this service is available and that you're so willing to be helpful in helping families make that transition, because there's a lot to learn.
There is.
It looks like we've found ourselves trapped in yet another edition of Know Your Crew, the segment of our show where you, the audience, gets the privilege of knowing us, your crew. Follow my explicit commands, and you will be awarded with valuable behind-the-scenes mind gems. Let's take a look at the control room, the nerve center of this digital shindig. This cavalcade of chaotic calamity could only come together with the help of our technical director, Cody McLaughlin. And by their side, hitting all the right notes, we have our audio engineer, George Shearer, bringing literal music to your ears. Switching gears and finding the cheer, it's Kayla Catlin on the board and Kevin McDermott on graphics. And finally, in control room, we have the man who tells me what to say, by force if necessary, Sean Dinney. Sean is now demanding that I take us to the studio, so it has to be done. Sorry for the delay, Sean. On the floor, there is no higher quality or authority than our floor director, John Carver. Working far beneath him on the hierarchy in this studio are our camera operators, truly the keystone in this metaphoric archway of programming. We have Bob Champaglia running a camera. And to finish up the line of camera jockeys, we have the legend himself, Alan Butler. Way to razzle-dazzle him, Alan. But let's not forget the whole reason we're watching today, me, Mike Fell, your most humble MC. Again, I'm Mike Fell, and you're welcome for this installment of Know Your Crew. Back to you, Don.
So DDA and doors, we talked about the service, the role that they play, and in terms of they determine eligibility, and then we come to ARC after they're determined to be eligible for services.
So once somebody has been determined eligible for services, there's a number of agencies that do the services that the ARC does. So there's a choice. So people aren't locked into only getting services from one agency. And we really do encourage individuals and families to visit all the agencies. Ask
ARC is
good
just
questions.
one of those agencies.
We're one of a couple of agencies where people can get services. So we really want people to go out, visit the other agencies, and we're really fortunate here in Carroll County. I really feel like the agencies and the services they provide are really top-notch. I don't think you can make a bad choice here in Carroll County.
Great, great. Well, maybe when we come back, we can talk a little bit more about those other service providers and the types of services that they may offer or that may be different.
Sure.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
I would like to thank our talented crew and our wonderful on-air talent for being here with us today. I would also like to thank you at home for joining us on Carroll Helping Carroll. Don't forget to check out this episode and other episodes of Carroll Helping Carroll on Comcast Channel 19 and the Carroll Media Center YouTube channel.